At 75 years old, Suzi Quatro, the trailblazing queen of leather-clad rock, has finally opened up about one of the most defining and heartfelt chapters of her career: her bond with fellow musician Chris Norman. Born Susan K. Quatro on June 3, 1950, in Detroit, Michigan, Suzi grew up surrounded by music. Her father, Art Quatro, was a musician, and from an early age, she was immersed in rhythm and melody. By her teens, Suzi had already formed an all-girl rock band with her sisters called the Pleasure Seekers, a groundbreaking move at a time when women were rarely given a place as instrumentalists in rock. Suzi's charisma, bass-playing prowess, and fiery stage energy quickly set her apart, marking the start of a revolution. In an industry dominated by men, her big break came in the early 1970s when legendary British producer Mickie Most discovered her and invited her to the UK. The decision to move across the Atlantic changed everything. While America wasn't quite ready for a female rocker, Britain embraced her. In 1973, Suzi exploded onto the charts with Can the Can, a roaring anthem that went to #1 in the UK and sold over 2 million copies worldwide. Dressed in her signature leather jumpsuit and armed with her bass guitar, she defied stereotypes and demanded respect as a serious musician. Hits like 48 Crash, Devilgate Drive, and The Wild One solidified her as one of the era's most electrifying performers. Her confidence and authenticity made her not just a star, but a role model for generations of women who would follow, from Joan Jett and Debbie Harry to Chrissie Hynde and the Runaways. By the mid-1970s, Suzi's fame had crossed into television, with her unforgettable portrayal of Leather Tuscadero on Happy Days, which introduced her to American audiences in a new light. She showed the world that she was more than a rocker. She was a multifaceted entertainer. Over the years, Suzi never stopped evolving. She hosted radio shows like Rockin' with Suzi Q and Wake Up Little Suzi on BBC Radio 2, using her platform to share the music and memories that shaped her life. Her longevity in rock, over 5 decades and counting, is a testament to her drive, resilience, and deep love for her craft. But beyond the roaring crowds and flashing lights, there's one story that continues to capture fans' imaginations: her collaboration with Chris Norman of Smokey. In 1978, the two recorded Stumblin'in, a tender duet that became an unexpected global hit, reaching #4 on the Billboard Hot 100. For years, rumors swirled about the chemistry between them, both on and off the stage. And now, Suzi is setting the record straight. "Chris was one of the easiest people I ever worked with," she said. "There was no ego with him. That's rare in this business. From the first moment we sang together, the chemistry was natural. It was almost effortless. At the time, both were already stars in their own right, and neither expected the song to become the timeless classic it did. We thought it would just be another tune, maybe a minor hit if we were lucky. But it connected with people all over the world. That's the magic of music," she reflected. Fans often wondered if there was more to their connection, but Suzi insists that their bond was built purely on respect and artistry. "People love to imagine romances behind the scenes," she laughed. "The truth is, we adored each other, but it was about the music. We were both married, and we respected that. What we had was a friendship, a musical partnership that created something timeless, and honestly, that's even more special." To Suzi, Stumblin'in wasn't just another hit. It was a moment of vulnerability that revealed another side of her. "I'll always be the leather-clad rocker with the bass guitar," she said. "But for millions of people, I'll also always be that voice on the duet with Chris, and I'm proud of that. It showed my softer side." Even decades later, Suzi and Chris remain friends, occasionally reuniting for interviews or anniversaries of their hit. "When we see each other now, it's like no time has passed," she shared fondly. "We slip right back into that easy camaraderie we had in the studio all those years ago. That's rare, and I treasure it." For Suzi, Stumblin'in continues to resonate because of its universal message. Love that's uncertain, unplanned, and deeply human. Everyone can relate to stumbling into something unexpected that changes your life, she said. That's why the song lasts. Today, at 75, Suzi Quatro continues to record, tour, and inspire new generations. Her energy is undiminished, her voice as powerful as ever. Yet when asked about her proudest moments, she doesn't hesitate. That song was a gift, she smiles softly. And Chris was part of that gift. I'll always be grateful for the music we made together and for the memories that have lasted a lifetime.